All right, we back. My expert opinion, the greatest show in the world. I had to chop the beard off. So.
That shit is crazy.
Yes, this is like season 2. Every season, I'm gonna just change it.
You look like a gigolo in training.
Yeah,
I'm a gigolo, always on the go.
I go with that. You know what gigolos are? Yeah. Let's go.
We're gonna have silk shirts on in a minute.
Oh, congratulations. I saw you on Drink Champs.
I was on Drink Champs.
Yeah, you
But
was
I
on
saw
Drink
him
Champs.
on Drink Champs.
Yeah, I saw you on Drink Champs too.
I saw y'all on Drink Champs.
Oh,
trying
shit.
to figure
I
this out.
seen you
Champ,
and
Champ,
you.
all y'all niggas.
Oh, hey.
Could have sworn I saw you on Drink
Wow.
Champs.
I seen all 3 of y'all up there.
So
Look,
all 3
man.
of y'all on there.
Hit that like, hit that share, let everybody know you in here. And of course, you know paper unless you's a mother hater. And I'm gonna tell y'all to subscribe too, because I noticed, looking at the analytics, 70% of y'all watch the show and don't subscribe.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. So it's really like 2 million of them. You know what I mean? Like,
What you hiding for?
yeah, what are you hiding for?
You ain't ashamed of
scared?
liking this show. You know what it
Yeah,
is.
come on, man. Don't do that to yourself. Yeah. Enjoy the shit. You know what I mean? Mac,
Salute.
any demos?
Yeah, Shaw Summers.
Facts.
Shaw Summers out of VA. Beastly.
Why that?
Beastly.
Got it
Beastly. Oh yeah, no, he's doing some damage. Rewind factor heavy. Salute to Shaw
Nah,
Summers.
Summers. Check that out. Check that out. Going bigger, man of God.
Peace.
Gat.
Oh, wow. That's right. That's it.
You said it right. That's what
Got
I'm
it.
talking about.
We got it. We back.
got it right.
We back.
Y'all know that's splat murder.
Back.
You know that's splat murder, though.
And
Right
it's
this
gone.
time.
Yo, Champ, how you feeling?
Yo, let me tell you something.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Big salute.
Yeah.
Big
Congratulations.
salute. Big salute.
My man's getting married, yo. Yo, if you was side joint and you didn't know,
It's over.
sober. Sober. How'd it feel?
Everything feel good, man. Like, you know, shout out to my fiance, Lanique, man. She held me down during a very dark period during my incarceration. And, you know, she's just solid, man. You know, she don't want too much. She's a very simple woman. She got her own. She don't need me for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's only right that I give her what she needs and what I need as well. You know what I'm saying? It's a two-way street. And I feel very proud that I'm in a position where I can do that.
Right.
In contrast to before, where I have to go to, you know, street means to get what I need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing. I also want to say shout out to you, shout out to Nori,
Yeah.
right? For
Shout out to
Drink
Nori,
Champs.
ESPN, the whole squad.
Yeah, shout out to all y'all, man. That was a beautiful moment, and we're gonna continue to create beautiful moments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Dion Young in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm grateful to be free.
Right, that's right.
Grown man business. Grown man business. Salute, champ.
My man said,
Love it.
I love her because she got her own. That's a beautiful thing. Yo, we got 18 years in the game just uppercutting and hooking niggas and motherfucker, a lot of freestyles. Probably the top 3 most freestyle though. Is that a term? Is it top 3 most freestyle
Production.
Help me say this right.
He has the
I know mad of you
freestyle
niggas.
Production-based freestyles.
I know mad rappers out there. That when you hear, I know, there's a freestyle coming. There's a freestyle coming right after, son. Right after. Not only that, Generation Now killing it. Some of the biggest artists in the game right now. Just Gangsta Grills, years and years and years of just bodying shit. And if you didn't know, this is the man behind the crazy production, 18 years of that. 18 years, bro. You got a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
You got a lot to talk. You wanted to argue?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. We got Don Cannon in the building, yo. Cannon. Where'd you get that from?
Can't tell you that, bro. What the fuck?
Tell you that.
How we starting like that?
Tell you that, bro. He pulled little C's on y'all.
What? I did that. Instantly.
No, I did that.
You did it.
That's your voice?
Down
Oh, that's fire.
This is fire.
Dude.
Nah, he didn't really do it, but
Yeah, we just gonna keep it there.
yeah. You just want to move to the next
We gonna
question.
keep it there.
So who's the best artist you ever worked with?
The best artist I worked with was Busta Rhymes, one of them.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. I always talk about the stories of me and Busta. He came to see me at the studio called Zach's. I think I had him come to do something for Freeway when I was doing Freeway's tape. And he just came in and just, the energy different. Like, he always pop up, pull a notepad out, right? One of these times he pulled me aside like, yo, what's Wells Fargo? I was like, it's a bank. He was like, I could say that, I got Wells Fargo bread. I was like, yeah. But we always had that type of, energy in the studio. Second up gonna be Lil Wayne, of course. He's a problem. You know what I
Busta
mean?
Wayne.
Problem.
Yeah, fact.
I ain't gonna cheat and say somebody from my label, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go with like.
You know they're gonna want to hear that though.
Of course, I mean.
So if you
both
could
of them.
use somebody from your label, who
Vert,
would it be?
Uzi Vert, for sure,
Vert.
for sure. I gotta say him because he's nonstop. Like right now, we working on the album. We got 680 songs.
Sheesh.
That's work. Yeah.
Hold on,
Live in
wait,
the
wait,
studio.
wait, wait.
In what time frame?
Wait, hold on.
In what time frame? How long did it take?
18 months.
680 songs.
Yeah, I call him the Kobe Bryant when they were saying he used to shoot jump shots after the game. That's what he doing. He'll give you a hit and go do 5 songs a day.
Wow.
Everybody I
That's
bring
an
in,
artist.
nobody believe me. I bring them in the studio to see, and they be like, "You literally do 5 songs." I got people in the building that I brought, and they be like, "He literally do 5 songs, sober, high when he used to get high. Now he's sober doing them. Ain't nothing changed." So he one of them guys, and it's different because we're getting all kinds of songs out of him. You know what I mean? Might get a rock song, a real rap song because he really rap.
Yeah.
Might get the melodic shit that he do. So that's a fun thing, and that's why I reference Lil Wayne in them because Lil Wayne was the same thing. He'll rap you to death, but he'll still like pull out the guitar and might do something.
Right.
Busta give you so many different flows,
Flows,
so many
yeah.
different beats. Like you can put anything on if you fucking with it, he gonna rock. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So that's why I picked them 3.
So those are the top 3. Who would be number 4?
Honorable mention gonna be Jeezy.
Jeezy.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
just he's too convicted because when you rocking with somebody like that came from that cloth, like we see it eye to eye on certain things. You know what I mean? So 5, I'll give you another honorable mention. I'm gonna go with that's a tough one.
Always gets tough. Number 5.
Who's making?
Let's go with Tip.
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 Let's go with Tip.
T.I.
Thought you were gonna-
Shout out to T.I.
Thought you were gonna say Jay.
Well, I never got a chance to really work with Jay in the studio.
Studio.
You know what I mean?
Really?
Nah. So Tip, I worked with my whole career. Luda, I worked with my whole career.
Career.
These is guys that just come in the studio, no bullshit. You know what I mean? So I fuck with all of them. You know what I mean?
You're gonna get a call from Luda.
Oh yeah.
You put Tip before me.
Well, the reason why is because Luda was popping before we even got a chance to really get in like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Tip is like we grew.
Y'all
From
came
Down
up
with the
together.
King. He always hit me up. Luda did too, but Luda was astronomical by the time we even got our shit off. Like
Right.
doing the Luda tape was just out the question at that point. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's why I'm saying like that. Like Wayne was, transitioning to saying he was better than Jay. So, the mixtapes was, making him arguably that person
Yeah.
Did you agree with that?
that he was better than Jay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty close rap wise. If we talking artists, I don't know if we go song for song with Jay, but rap wise, he's different, bro. Like when he was really going at it, he did DOA. He did the Black what's the
Show
shit
Me What
now?
You Got.
Show Me What You Got.
Show me what
Show
you
me
got.
what
Like
you got.
I was like, yo, Holmes might Holmes is in a good running right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where I be at with it. Like it's close. I just can't, we're gonna get into that later. Of course.
Yeah, of course,
But we
of
ain't
course.
gonna do I'm not gonna do Hov like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do Hov like that.
Right.
If it's anybody coming close, he's definitely close. Rap wise, for sure.
All right. So going back to this T.I. thing, you guys gonna come up. Now Drama gave us his version of the growth throughout the years. What was it like for you?
It's the same thing. Honestly, when we first started with Tip, when I made the beat Go Crazy was his beat. You know what I mean? I don't know if everybody knew that.
That was Tip's beat first.
Dope Boy Go Crazy.
Yeah.
He freestyled on Drum's tape on it, but he really ain't do nothing with it.
Right.
And that led to Jeezy like hit me up later, like, what's up with that beat? Cash me out for it, you know what I mean? But Tip just on the way, like coming up, bro, was just like not scared of. He was fearless, bro.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. Tip freestyled on that beat first,
Yup.
and then Jeezy took it and used it.
So here's the exact story, because I think that we all got conflicting stories because of that era, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Tip freestyled on the beat. It was at the end of Drum's mixtape. When we did Trap or Die release party in Atlanta, I think it was at 112 or Riviera at the time. I played it at the end on the walkout. I played that freestyle 8-9 times in a club.
Right.
And Drum probably co-signed this. Jeezy was over there. He walked up. He like, yo, what's that? It's like, it's a beat. It's like, yo, I need that. I said, it's available. You know what I mean? He's like, come see me tomorrow.
Why was it available?
Because it was just a freestyle at the time.
Right.
So, you know, I was trying to do something. I knew the beat was special. Like,
Right.
I'm going to break it down because I never told this story. We had an artist named Willie the Kid. That was his
I remember
beat
Willie
first.
the Kid.
I remember him.
That was his beat
He was
first.
a lot of Dark Man's brother, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Shout
that
out to Lot of Dark Man.
shout out to them. That beat was theirs first,
Right.
right? Then at that time, like I was making a transition too, and it's funny that you was talking about Outkast on set. It's just I was trying to figure out how to get my East Coast bounce to match down south, you know, what they was trying to do.
Right.
So the original Go Crazy beat had breakbeat drums on it, so it wasn't really like club like, you know what I'm saying? It was just you know, one of them ones. So I wound up flipping it and putting like, I think it was some of these records I was DJing the club with, and they had a bounce. I said, I'm gonna use that bounce.
Right.
I can't remember what it was, but I put the bounce on it and gave it the tip, and that's when I know. I was like, this joint's special, bro.
So Willie had a song on it first,
Yeah,
but
Willie.
with the breakbeat.
Yeah, it had like breakbeat drums on it. Yeah.
Right.
It happened. We was in the crib. Like we had our apartment, right? And the apartment was famous. Everybody been there. Raekwon was there. I seen you had Corey Guns and them on the show.
Yeah,
They came
yeah.
through. Jay Mills. Everybody would come to my crib and rock out. You know what I
Right.
mean? So when I came one day I was watching Dead Prez or something, and I heard the sample, right? So I went and flipped it, but I was just in my basement mode. I was just break beat out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they really like kind of gravitated to it because of the break beat. And then we moved into when I put the the drums on it. It was like okay,
Right.
but I knew when Tip rapped on it, I was like this special. But I was like, damn, he's just doing a freestyle on it. You know.
Right.
And at that point, he was already on his way too. You know what I mean? So when Jeezy got it, I knew it was special because he was like, yo, I got something special for you on this record. I'm like, what? He's like, the boy got on it. The boy got on it. I said, man, stop playing with me, bro.
Nah,
Yeah,
he said-
you know what I mean? And then Hov got on it and did them 64 bars. I was like, oh, I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm outta here.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Can't even
crazy.
hear nobody
Bruh.
else on that
Yeah,
beat,
it's a
bro.
crazy time.
At all.
At all.
At that time, I was like, John would tell you, like, I'm sleeping at his crib. Like, I was kicked out the dorm, college. It just was not right. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm going back to Philly every summer, trying to figure it out. And at that point, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm just doing shit. And that's when it clicked. It was like, oh, I am supposed to be here. I was going to keep working until I got there. But that was the point where it was like, oh, shit, I'm here.
You mean when Jay-Z got on the record?
When them too, because, listen, Jeezy was on fire. I don't know if anybody
Bruh.
Oh yeah,
felt
we
that
all know.
energy.
We all know.
We were
Bruh.
down there.
We all know.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Bruh. He was the one that kind of like, Jeezy kind of opened the door for a lot of Southern artists, in my opinion, up here. Because when you heard Jeezy, it wasn't like hearing a Southern artist.
Yep.
It was like, oh yeah, he one of us.
That's another thing about the Go Crazy shit. It was like, I heard Tip flow on it, and we all call him the Jay-Z of the South, or the King of the South, whatever they wanted to call him. And his flow was like from up north.
Yeah.
So when Jeezy followed suit, I was like, oh, this dude different.
Yeah.
Like he can do those.
He could do that too.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
most people can't catch those flows, and just to had a bounce with it was different. And I think that's what Jay took the liking to. It was like, oh, he got a different flow.
Yeah.
But like that period, like I knew he was gonna be something. Like bro used to have trash bags of money from shows they done did in Alabama and stuff like that. I was like, oh, dude, hustle game is different from everybody.
Right.
And to match it with the music was different. Like, and the fact that he knew about hip hop was a little different. A lot of people come from the streets, they don't really know a lot about music. I mean, he'd tell you about anybody, Slick Rick, all that. You know what I
It
mean?
was like it's
Yeah.
usually another hustle for him, but he know that.
Yeah, he
knows
knew
the
he
history.
knew what he was getting into. He
Right.
was getting in the rap game, not blindsided. He wasn't getting there like, yeah, I'm just hustling, just way
It's
out.
cultural.
Right.
Cultural.
There you go.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
With that much steam behind what you were doing in general, it still amazes me that you managed to keep out of the spotlight as much as you did.
Yeah.
Was that intentional?
Some of it, like, you know, some people say introvert. I go introvert, extrovert, because I'm out. If I'm outside, I'm outside. Like, I move around, people fuck with me. Like, I could talk with the best, so I'm not in the corner like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then most people that's coming up, just especially in our career, like a lot of producers played the basement. They didn't come outside. They didn't do a lot of talking. It was, you know, I had a little bit of that in me, but I think me DJing some of the biggest parties in the early 2000s, like Whitney Houston birthday party, all the Shaq parties,
That's
all the Diddy
crazy.
parties. I know people saw the BMF shit. I did a lot of all them parties. Like I had a name, so it was like I was feeling some type of way about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was feeling
Right.
myself a little bit because I was
Yeah.
like, bro, I am the youngest nigga out here killing shit. So I was like, you know, when the beats matched up, but then, you know, when we go create, we be in like a certain environment. So it'd be like, you know, I think the producers now got a different platform because they able to market themselves in a different way. When I was coming, there wasn't no marketing. We had no
Right.
Instagram. We had the closest thing we had was Black Planet and MySpace.
Yeah,
to even
facts.
get something off. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
when I went away, it was like I was private, but I was really cooking. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do both at the same time. So I had to balance DJing and cooking, DJing, cooking. You know what I mean? A lot of times people can cook for 3 hours, come out, be on the gram the whole day, be popping. You know what I mean? Doing tutorials, and we ain't had that. So that's why I seen private a little bit.
So it wasn't that you were avoiding fame. It just wasn't in the mix of what you were doing. Your
Yeah.
name was where it was, but you weren't looking to promote. Rottweiler sat in that chair and told us all that he the fame coming on to his name and his success starting to grow
Yeah.
fucked him up.
Yeah.
Like he avoided it to the point where
Because he saw what it did to people close to him.
exactly.
And,
Yeah, I feel that, but you got to control it. Like, you know, I love Rockweiler, but I'm speaking for me, like where we come from. Like I come from Philadelphia. I was playing basketball in every part of the city because my father was trying to get me tough.
Right.
So when it was time for me to be in that position, it was like, man, you can't back down. You're gonna be on some sucker shit. So I
Right.
just kind of kept it going. You know what I mean?
Right.
When I got past like, when I got past some of the thresholds, like the raid that we had, right? That's when I started taking things seriously. Oh shit, you on some other shit? You about to get locked up? And,
So
you know what I mean?
you took it serious after the raid?
Yeah, I took the yo, slow down, think about what you're doing. God put you in a good position.
I see.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
then it started turning into, yo, be a businessman. Watch how you moving. You know what I mean? I don't know legal shit, but just watch how you moving from a standpoint of being in front of people. Again, I want to talk about Philly because I can't come back home outshining. We can do what we want to do. I'm coming with all this jewelry. You see what happened in these cities.
Right.
I felt like, man, I couldn't even speak eye to eye with certain people because they was looking at my chain more than they was looking at me. And
Well,
I
you
wanted
tall
to
as
connect.
shit, too.
Yeah, I wanted to connect. So I wanted to,
It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
You know, motherfuckers hurting their neck. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Stop talking, man.
And we going to different cities. Like, you know, in the World Star days, you just kept thinking you was going to get World Star.
Yeah.
So I used to play the wall like this, take a picture, talk to
Yeah.
niggas. But I look niggas in the eye because I'm trying to figure out
What they doing?
what nigga be on. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
then I got in that space where I was like, just kind of like ducking and dodging BS. And then that turned on to people like, oh, you was private. But I was really telling people I was Scottie Pippen because we had Jordan already doing. I'm not trying to do what John was doing.
Right.
I was just trying to add to it. You know what I mean? So that's where it became like it felt like I was private. You know? And everybody in here that's love fame or don't love fame, at some point, you're going to play it smart. Like you watch
Yeah.
those guys, like
You're gonna
Jigga,
realize,
they
yo,
jump in, they jump out. You jump in, jump out. That's just my character.
I can't be here. I can't be there.
Yeah.
What were the bad habits? I kind of wanted to go back to this Jay-Z thing, man. Yo, Jay-Z jumped on your joint, and you was just calm, like, oh yeah, I'm out of here. No, bro, you ain't going party.
Nah, I ain't throw a party, but at that time,
How did you find out that he was on the record? You heard
Jeezy
it
told
first?
me.
Jeezy told me first, Coach K told me second. Like Jeezy kept saying, "Yo, I'm telling you, the boy on there." I'm like, yeah. That's why I was acting like that.
Right.
And Coach K was like, "Lo, Holmes did 64 bars. It might be the best verse he's did to date."
6.
I was like, "How? Like on my first record
Right.
out? He's doing that?"
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? So I'm like, okay. So when I heard it, I was like, "Oh shit, it's different." You know what I
But
mean?
what was it like? Like you listening and he just keeps rapping and you're like, yo,
Yo, I
bro,
didn't.
I would have cried.
I was trying to, but I'm gonna tell you something. I tried to. I'm gonna tell you something. I couldn't even think about it because it was unreal to me. You know what I mean?
Surreal moment.
Exactly. So when I seen the verse in Hip Hop Quotables and I read it, I'm like, oh, he really destroyed my shit.
Yeah.
Then the second time I seen him, Jeezy brought him out at State Farm Arena in Atlanta, and he was like, yo, Hov about to perform the joint. That's when I had the loaf of bread, scared shit. I had the thug tear, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
on something. I was on something. When he was up there and they were singing that word for word, I was like, oh shit.
is crazy.
You know what I mean? So
That is a classic record, bro.
Did you meet him
Appreciate
after
it.
that?
Yeah, I met him a few times.
And then
He talked to a couple people, talked through a couple people to get records from me. I sent a couple. You know, me and Swiss was working together on Cassidy and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I was sending beats through him and stuff like that. But I never really got to the studio where we was in there. You know what I mean? But you know,
but to know he dropped 64 bars.
yeah.
on-
That's my question. How does it make you feel to know that like your beats help inspire greatness as far as the lyrics on your
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, because you're like the
And how does that
gateway.
make you feel?
It made me feel good because, you know, as we coming up, we always want to give to the culture. Like I ain't taking from the culture and not giving nothing back. So when I was doing this stuff, I was like, yo, bro, I gotta figure out how to, I'm competing with people that was going crazy at the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the people in my path was Ye, the Just
Blaze.
Blaze. You know what I mean? No disrespect. Just Blaze.
Right.
Bink. That's my
Another
OG.
monster.
That's my OG.
Another
But
monster.
these is people was in.
That's crazy.
Nobody was in my rear view. I was watching these guys get busy.
I think Blink is on that.
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's my guy.
Yeah.
All them guys, like even when I was speaking about Just Blaze, right? When he made the rock, right?
Yeah.
I was like, nigga, that's me. That's what I do. I'm energy. You know what I mean? But he was going. He had everybody rocking. So I'm like,
Right.
man, how I'm gonna get close to Beans and all these niggas? I gotta do something different, or at least give them a name. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And you just skipped the whole list.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fact.
It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Y'all niggas is gonna play with me.
It is what it
man.
is. It is what it
Get
is.
home, son.
Yeah.
Shit, 64 bars. Come
Yeah.
on, son. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Folks go their whole careers trying to get
And
one of
I
those dudes
don't,
on
I
their
don't think
beats.
Hov ever rapped 64 bars on another track.
Yes, he did. He did. God's did.
God did.
God
did
did.
way
God
more
did.
than that.
God did.
Yo,
He
God,
did.
God did, and I think the
Well,
Diamonds
Kid-
remix.
He did this shit with Dr. Dre and them too. What's it called?
Oh,
Three
the-
Kings.
Yeah.
He rapped.
Three Kings,
The beat
yeah,
went off.
yeah, sure.
God
Oh
did. He
yeah.
rapped for an hour.
Him, Rick Ross, and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
joint. But yours was the set off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yours
That
was
that
the
was the
settle.
first.
Yeah.
Like,
Bruh.
Mike-
It's New York, so you know they was playing the whole
Yeah.
verse
Bruh.
every time. So
Yeah.
it was a no clippage, nothing. They was letting it run.
Yeah.
You couldn't walk down the block that summer without hearing.
Yeah, once you heard it, it was
you
like
stopped everything. It was
it's
like, here we
over.
go.
Yeah.
it's over,
Yeah.
son.
That shit
and
was
you
crack.
said you caught the sample from Dead Prez,
Dead President's the movie. I was watching it.
so it's an Isaac Hayes sample.
It was the Impressions, Curtis
Impressions.
Mayfield.
Got you.
So like that's where all that inspiration came.
I love
Look,
knowing
scheming.
that. I love
Scheming.
knowing. Nah, I ain't
You scheming. He made beats too. You scheming. You scheming. Is that a thing? Like, do other producers come up to you and be like, "Yo, you got that sample?" And you be like, "Yeah, I don't know about that."
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
right?
a lot of times, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll be like, man, go ahead, man. Do your shit, bro.
Okay,
Like,
try
you
your
know what I
shit.
mean? Do your shit because I know what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm in a room full of people. The way I look at records is totally different because I'm energy based. Like a lot of people can't see that view. They can't look outside and see the street. I see it. You know, I see what they're gonna do, and that's why Uzi got so much energy with records. When I look at the crowd. I see him at Coachella when I'm getting ready to create. the beat I'm making is for Coachella. You know what I
You
mean?
already manifesting.
Yeah, so that's why I get like even with Jeezy new joint, like the Snowfall joint, like even though I ain't do all the records, I kind of facilitated the whole thing. Like I was picking pieces because I was like, bro, you need this. This is where they want to hear you all over the world.
Right.
And that's where I'm like, that's what I be getting into. Like I'm very visual. Like I could take this and go to Jungle tonight and go crazy on the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what
because
it is.
I'm thinking about the conversation, the argument we about to have. I'm gonna put all that shit into a beat.
Do you see sounds in color?
Nah, when people be saying that, I be like, what do y'all like? We talking about some colors, like
it's a
you know?
Synesthesia.
Synesthesia.
It's a condition.
Okay,
It's a condition where people see sounds in colors.
yeah.
Havoc has it. Pharrell
Yeah.
has it.
Yeah, Havoc.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah,
Or
that's the
Havoc
guy.
from Mobb Deep.
No, he laced me up.
Salute
he laced me
Havoc.
up with a couple
Yeah.
joints.
He did,
Yeah,
bro. He's
Yeah.
that guy, bro. Again, these is people that was in front of me. I was looking at.
yeah.
You know what I mean? DJ Premier was the godfather to me. He was the person I had the training wheels off. I duplicated every beat he made until I could take the training wheels off. You know what I mean? And then Havoc was the person like, oh, you making
That.
like
Yeah.
Godfather Part 3,
Yeah.
Hell on Earth.
Yeah.
Like them joints was sinister.
Right.
Like that's where I was in. You know what I
Sinister.
mean? I was
That's
in that
a
wave.
perfect
You know what I mean?
description.
G.O.D.
Of Havoc beats.
Father Part
Sinister.
3.
Yeah.
QBC. Sivron Bacardi.
So who were your favorite producers coming up?
Premier, that was the
Premier.
person I copied the most. Havoc, Beats by the Pound,
Oh, good one.
Organized Noise,
I was just about to ask you.
Dr. Dre, of course, my favorite.
Of course, yeah.
And I
He's
can't.
your favorite.
Yeah, he's my favorite, but I can't leave out all the people around like Battle Cat, Jelly Roll, Mailman.
Did you fuck with the Beat Nuts at all?
Love the Beat Nuts. Yeah, me coming up, I didn't really like. They was cutting up everything, and they got into the jazz. I was in jazz for like one hot second. I was just looking for loud ass horns. You know what I mean? But love the Beat Nuts. Lot of
Q-Tip.
shit. Q-Tip for sure. All the
Shout
Tribe. People don't know this. Redman made beats like Redman, Eric Sermon,
Yeah.
all that, bro.
Ear.
All
Ear
that.
Productions.
Yeah, all that. All
Eric and Reggie.
Yeah. Oh, in my 17, 18, 19, I was on Dilla heavy. You know what I mean?
It seemed like everybody had a Dilla
Phase.
stage.
Experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get it because I was, again, I was Premier at RZA, you know what I'm saying? 97, I was coming out of high school. I was listening to Wu-Tang Forever, right?
Yeah.
And I thought RZA was like God, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I came to Atlanta, I ran into this kid named Detroit Red. He was like one of my roommates or whatever. And he was playing Slum Village and Dilla. And he kept saying, man, you gotta get on this. And I never got into it. And I don't know what it was. I think one day he left it on in the room and I was asleep. The next day I woke up, I just caught like the soul vibe, like the soul Aquarians and all that. And then I just got in that mode for like 3-4 years.
Wow.
That helped me because it got me away from being so rugged. I was just so rugged, and then now I'm adding a little finesse to it, and now I'm building them together.
Right.
So now it's like Dilla became the favorite for like a hot second, you know what I mean? All the way up into now. Like I'm still listening to Dilla. You know
Who were
what
the artists that was rapping on those beats at the time?
I mean? Dilla?
No, yours.
Oh, my beats?
Yeah.
Before Go Crazy? Willie the Kid.
But even before that.
We
Like,
want to go back
who was the first artist that rapped on your shit?
to me.
And you was in the studio like,
He said me.
At 11 years old, I made that album.
11
So
years
let me
old,
go
you
through
made
the
that.
let me go through the process.
All right.
3 years old, I got my first turntable. 5 years old, I did my first party. Right. 8 years old, I wrote my first rap. 11, I made my
You
first
said
album.
5?
5, I did my first party.
Yo, did he beat Clark? How old was Clark?
I think Clark said he was 4.
4?
I want to say Clark said he was 4.
5
enough.
years old, you DJ the whole party.
That's
It
still
was a
Prodigy.
wedding, a wedding.
Still,
A
Yeah, I
wedding.
might have been 5 or 6. 5 or 6.
They
Whoa,
trusted you
no,
with
that's
the
a
pharmacy.
professional
Wait,
gig.
yeah, facts.
Yeah, like,
Facts. Hold on.
and people pay.
I don't know, son.
It was a cousin's
I
wedding.
don't know.
It's a cousin's wedding.
If
Yeah,
I'm
but
the, if I'm the bride's father and I look over at the DJ booth and I see
He
a
can barely-
5-year-old, I'm gonna be like, yo, who did this, man? Who did this?
Yeah, it had to be 5 or 6. I always said 5, but I might. That's hilarious. But the table would be lower.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had belt drive
Yeah,
turntables.
but
I had all the cheap shit.
You was like 6 foot at 5.
Nah, dog. Nah. Yes, you know, those are timetable 11. I made my first album. 15, I made my first mixtape.
Right. 15 made your first mixtape.
Yo, in high school.
Of you.
What'd you rap like?
I had other people rap records on it. Like I was deep, like underground, like MF. You know,
MF Doom.
I was. There was a lot of cats like Royal Flush. That's all the
Iced
stuff I
Out
was listening to
Medallion.
in high school. It was
Right.
like I started putting out on mixtapes, and I would draw the cover. I was the last Don. That
What
was
was you
my
rapping
DJ now.
about?
Just rapping about anything.
Remember any lines?
Nah, cause I don't know what I was
You
talking
remember
about,
that
dog.
shit,
I wish.
man.
I wish.
You remember that
Yeah.
shit? You don't want to rap it down. Come
Yeah, I was
on.
writing for my cousin. I felt like we was Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. I was writing his raps and putting
Wow.
his joints out. Yeah. So
It was
Your
ghostwriting
rap
too?
name was The Last Dawn?
the last Dawn. Yeah.
The Last Dawn.
Yeah.
At 11?
You was definitely selling drugs. Definitely selling drugs. You can't tell me otherwise.
Yeah. Last Dawn.
Come on, son. You know, ain't no book bag on the cover of that.
Got keys.
It's like long made suits.
Yeah, I
You
was
know
a
what I
hustler.
mean?
Like in high school, anybody could take note to this. Like, man, mom probably kill me. She used to buy me like all the whack color Timbs. So I used to go sell them. Like she'll get. You remember when the green and blue joints came out
yeah.
and all that? Like I wanted the Tommy Hill khakis. I had the Hagler joints. I had, you know, I go to school, flip them, all kinds of. That's my hustle. I was just selling everything, bro. I went to buy my mom vegetables. You know, stole a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Went to the record store, spent the money on records. I was just that type of dude. You know what I mean? I was just a hustler. I shoveled snow. I was swimming. I was teaching everything. I was doing anything to get some money. Like I was just telling them, I used to slide up to New York to go to Rock and Soul and all that. I was 17 years old, bro. Like I'm watching kids now, and I even travel to DC because they, you know what I mean? I was out here. I was moving around like Rock and Soul, going up to Harlem and going to get records just to, you know, come back home and cut because Philly had a couple record stores, but I was just moving, young.
Was you just hopping on the bus?
I was hopping on the bus. I got the R7, which was like, you know, through Jersey. You go to Willingboro and just catch the joint up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just moving around. Just as long as I was home by 12, mom's didn't even matter. You know
So
what I mean?
were your parents like musically inclined? Were they ones that influenced you musically? No?
Now my dad messed around with the guitar a little bit, but he was a school teacher. You know, one of the best jobs in the world. You know, taught the kids or whatever.
Right.
So he was that. My mom was an accountant, but she worked for the courthouse too. She was the clerk. So that's what they was into. I got it from my uncle. My uncle Keith was one of the biggest DJs in Philadelphia, and he really put me on. And the way they explained it was, I was crying all the time when they put the music on. I stopped crying, so that's how they figured out I was going to do music, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dope.
When did you link up with Cannon? Between all this moving and
Drum?
shaking?
With Drum?
Excuse me, drum.
Drama.
I linked up with Drum.
Y'all niggas related?
Nah.
No?
Drum. So I went to high school with this kid, Jabari. And Jabari was like, yo, when you go to Atlanta, you got to give this nigga Drum. He already moving. He working with the Roots, Bahamadia, all them. I'm like, okay, cool. I slid down to Atlanta to go to school. I finally ran up on him. The first day we met, I always tell the story. He get mad as shit when I tell the story. First day I met him, I was like, yo, what up? I'm Cannon. I make beats. Da-da. He like, yeah, young boy, get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he ain't do that. He ain't do that.
That's how I remember it. That's how I remember it. So when he did that, I guess I gave him the beats. I was like, yo, listen to him, let me know. I ain't expect him to hit me back. 'Cause, you know, niggas be friends. But he went home, he called me the next day, like, yo, I heard them beats, come to my crib. So I was going to crib. He was already having people come to his crib and record. He messed with this group called Binkers. I always just wanted to get placements on everybody. He was around Talib, he was around Mos, Black. Like he was already gone. So once we connected on the beats, I think he got 30 beats he made himself. And nobody knows this. Drum made 30 beats on the MPC, but never did them again.
Why?
Because I scared him. Nah. But yeah, he had this one CD, it was like 30 beats on it, but I was just consistent.
Was he good?
Yeah, he was good. I think he stopped and was like, yo, I'm gonna manage you. So he was like moving around my beats to people. You know what I'm saying?
Were you still rapping at the time?
Nah, I stopped rapping like right out of high school. I was like, man, two things I left: basketball and rapping. Basketball, I was like, oh, I'm not doing what Kobe did. And rapping, I was like, man, these dudes too good. But I knew I was good at DJing and making beats for sure. You know what I mean? They couldn't fuck with me on that.
Are you still see yourself as competing now? With all the success, everything you've done?
I'm competing with time now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get somewhere. I keep always telling people we on borrowed time, so I'm always trying to get all the history out as much as I can to get to the culture before my time is up. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm competing with. I used to, all the way up until like 2016, 17, I was on some Spike Lee shit. I would always get nominated for a Grammy and never win. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, after a while, like, you know, I never went. So the first couple times I went, and I was like, oh, this is what the show about? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I ain't got to go back. And I was like, you know what? That don't define what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? People love me when I go on the streets. People tell me, like, he was just telling me, like, yo, we was listening to your joint in the pen, and we was rapping on your beats. Like, all that matter. Right. All the rest of this shit don't matter. Like, that's accolades.
After a while, did you start asking people, like, yo, how much you got paid for one of them Grammys?
Nah, I just was like.
You ain't never think like,
what did I think at that time? I probably was thinking like people was on the board, was just pushing shit through, let niggas win. I was going through that mode because I was mad the first 4 years. Was
it true?
I don't know, bro, because I never really, once I got on the board, it was straight. I was like, I was on the board for a little bit. It was like, yo, they not cheating? You know, I'm getting on the board to cheat. You know what I'm saying? So when you get in them chapters and stuff and you realize people was really like voting for their favorite joints and it's their opinion that get them people what they getting. You know what I mean?
Still.
Yeah.
So you're on the board now?
Well, I'm not anymore. You got to keep up with it, bro. Like you got to go to the outings and stuff like that. I ain't got that much time to be, moving around.
So who's on the board now?
A lot of people. I know Brian Michael Cox is on one from Atlanta. You know, he worked with JD. Yeah. Leslie Brathwaite I work with, which is a mixer. He got 25 Grammys or some shit like that.
Sheesh.
A lot of people on the board. So when I see them, it just be like a whole round table of people just really voting for what they want. Knife is on the board.
Knife one. I think Torre.
I think Goo is Goo on the board too.
He might be.
I'm not
Goo
sure
might be
about
on the board.
I think Torre is on the board in New York.
Torre.
Yeah.
Yo, twin. Holla your boy, nigga. You know what I mean?
Shout to Torre too. That's my guy.
Yeah. People think we look alike. Nah, they tried to clone me and fucked it up.
Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And that nigga's on the board. Like,
I love Torre. Come on, man. You know
what are you doing?
Yeah. Nah, we make that joke probably once or twice a year.
All right, you might want to retire that. He's on the board now.
Look at Mav Hoffa and it's Torre, or they be like, look at Torre.
I do think that shit is strategic with the artists from the Grammy standpoint though, because I think they target different places they know they can win in. You know what I mean? Like some people might go into gospel, some people might go into a different type of genre, like make a jazz album or stuff like that, and get busy. But I think it's targeted like that sometimes too, because once you start winning them, it's like, from what I heard, when you have a baby, you just start having babies. You know what I'm saying? Or you get a tattoo, you just keep getting tattoos.
Like, oh shit.
I heard when you get the Grammy, it's like you figure out, it's like you win the NBA ring and you figure out how to get there every time. So now you're like,
okay,
now the algorithm.
Right.
It's
so
still.
Does that mean? Nah. This person had a Grammy already. I was about to say some shit. Go ahead, man.
Drum got one.
Yeah, Drum got one.
Yeah.
I felt like the game owed him one, bro. You know what I mean? Game owed him one. He put in a lot of work for this. Like, even when, like, he'll tell you, like, being a Pippin, sometimes he had to go on the road and make a name for us. You know what I mean? And I had to fall back and do some of his work. You know what I mean? Right. And that's just what, you know, the homies do. And I felt like he was making so many moves to better the culture, and I feel like he got slapped in the face every time. They want to doubt him from any borough, any city in the South, any city on the West Coast. Right. It just was always like, yeah, he that guy, but it was like, we never gonna give you the merit. And I don't know why at some point.
You think the case had something to do with it?
I don't think the case has something to do with it. I just felt like the mixtape culture came from New York. You know what I mean? So I felt like you're going to ultimately give the merit to anybody else. You're going to give it to y'all top people. So like the Clues and all that, like there's never going to be nobody better than them in New York, in my opinion. That's when I come, or up north, it's like Clue. Some people say Doo-Wop, K-Slay for sure,
Kid Capri.
Kid Capri. All these guys, I feel like it's just never beating them. You know what I mean? But Drum did so much for the game. I felt like it was owed to him. So when we saw him get the Grammy, it just meant something different because the person he won the Grammy with saw it. You know what I mean? The person with the Grammy was like, yo, I get Grammys, bro. That's what I do.
Right.
Watch this. We about to get a Grammy. I want to show you what's going on. And I feel like Tyler carried that. I felt like he was like, yo, I'm taking you on this ride with me. You deserve it.
Right.
And, you know, I feel like that's what I mean by, like, he really deserved to have that Grammy, like, for what he do. You know what I mean? He's not a producer like that.
Right.
You know,
He wasn't
don't
in the
rap.
building for that, right?
Nah.
Were you in the building for it?
No. No. So that's what I felt. I felt like he deserved that shit, bro.
Do you think
Real
you
shit.
have one coming?
Yeah, definitely. You know, from what we building, but like again,
You know
what I mean?
what's up, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I might win one with him. You know what I mean?
What you waiting for?
You know what I mean? So I feel like it's coming. I just feel like I'm not waiting on it no more. Like what I'm doing right now with, you know, Jack Harlow and Uzi Vert and all these artists that's coming up, bro. Like, I'm not waiting on that shit. Like I did great shit with Meek Mill. Like people love that kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
I did great shit with Dirk. People love that kid. Like what I'm doing for the culture, I'm not waiting on no achievement to tell me what I did. I know. Because people speaking to me about it. You know what
Every
I mean?
day.
That's it. That's all I need, bro. That's my merit. You know what I mean?
Well, going back a little bit, what were the bad habits you had to stop once you realized, yo, I'm Don Cannon, I can't be
The bad habits.
like, was you pulling up to side chicks' cribs and
Nah, I wasn't
hanging
doing
out?
that. I wasn't doing that. But previous to my wifey, yeah, I was going crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I was going crazy, and it was taking up a lot of time. So I was focused on different things. I was like living in Don Cannon world and not Don Cannon world. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
Right.
you Donald Cannon. You ain't Don Cannon. Like, get
Right.
it together. So I feel like that, and then I was telling them, like, by 2005, 6, I had already touched the M. So it was like, you know, I'm out here getting cars, changing the color. You just go get something else, buying chains for no reason, letting people have them, moving off. Like, my whole brain was just moving at a different speed that I ain't like that. I was
Reckless.
buying everything. Yeah, I was doing whatever.
Right.
But I'm glad it happened because, you know, you get it, you lose it, you get back. You know what I mean?
What snapped you out of it?
One was the raid, actually. The raid, because when you get in front of a judge and they say no bail, it kind of puts you in a space where you're like,
But you know
oh,
you ain't
shit.
got no control.
There you go.
When all the money is useless.
What exactly was that raid about?
The raid was about a mixtape seizure. So they were saying it was like we were making bootleg tapes, but the authorities didn't really know what the mixtape was, or they had a little bit of inkling what it was. From our standpoint in the South, it was we were making bootleg albums. We were changing the covers.
Without the code.
Yeah, changing the covers and putting them on different tapes.
So it's slightly different from the copyright infringement, but
Yeah.
it was in the same family. So what I was trying to figure out at that time, because I was like keeping up with that. So they said the copyright infringement, if they had took a song from the radio or someone's album, like DJ Clue and all the other DJs was doing, and made a mix CD, they were saying that was illegal because they were saying those songs belong to the record company, and for them to put it on the mix CD was different. But y'all was making y'all actual own albums. So I was confused, how did y'all get caught up in that? And then I was confused, how did so many other DJs that were big time
Dodge the bullet.
dodge that bullet?
Well, I feel like that what Drum said, he took the fall for hip hop. You know what I mean? We really changed the game what we was doing. Like we was doing, like people was actually coming to my crib and doing freestyles. Our first tape in conjunction with Generation Now was called Generation Now, and we were breaking young artists. We felt like everybody wasn't Gangsta Grills, so we made a brand called Generation Now. The first tape was Ye, Buttons, Corey Guns, J Mills.
Wow.
Did a second one. We had Stat Quo. I don't know if y'all remember him.
Of course.
We had like a couple other cats. Like, but we was breaking artists on another level, and then even with the artists, like it was absurd to see Grammy award-winning John Legend on our tape doing an intro, outro, and giving us exclusives to put out. It's absurd, bro. Like we did a tape with Gnarls Barkley, Grammy award-winning. They made us do the mixtape. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had Beyonce drops. We had A. Marie drops. We had everybody in the world. It didn't seem real. It's like, how?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
are they doing
How?
this? How?
Right.
So that's where it was like, it was confusing. So I felt like they thought we was bootlegging everything.
How were you doing it? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
How are we doing
Yeah.
what part?
Like
Getting
getting the
those-
Beyonce drops.
All these
Bro, you
How
just-
you doing that?
I mean, a lot of the work was through like meeting them in person. And then there was a lot of people that was just trying to get next to us and they couldn't figure out how to do it and be, politically correct with their situation. So everybody just wanted, it was golden marketing at the time. You know what I mean? It was it was something they was doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I said, we wasn't the only ones that did it. Like you listen to some Illuminati mixtapes and all them, like they had freestyles that was given to them. They was saying their name on it. Like you open our tape, first person you hear is drum, Cannon, we got another one. It's like, bro, they not expected to hear that. They just thinking it's like we took Crazy in Love and swapped the cover off. It was like hosted by Beyonce or whatever it was at the time, and it was like, oh, they just swapping the covers, and it wasn't that. You know what I mean? It was a lot. It was a great area too because it was like it was a lot of copyright stuff. The IRAA, they can't really, they protect the labels. But I know one thing we did do, everything we was doing was for culture. You know what I mean? We was doing that. Like, besides any money that ever was made in that time period for whatever, everything we was doing was to brand ourselves. Drum always say, yo, all he wanted to do was have his name on a flyer. All I wanted to do was do every hot party in the city of Atlanta and beyond. So that's anything that could help us get there. Like if I need to make a mixtape to have AG say, yo, come do Shaq's party tonight. Or come fill in for this person. We doing a party for, this person, that person. That's what I did it for.
Right.
So, it made it easy when we went to court with it because my brain started thinking, oh, you did this for the culture, bro. Just elevate and move forward from it and build on something else. Yeah.
So my question was, is it a thing where it's like all these major artists you had on Gangsta Grills and beyond, right? Your whole brand. Is it because the artists are contractually obligated to the label? Them stepping outside of the label, doing these freestyles, doing these drops, things like that. Is that because they're contractually obligated by the label to just drop records for the label and not do nothing outside of it?
Everybody got a different contract. You know what I
Different
mean?
deals.
But yeah, they got different deals.
Who
But
sick the feds on?
That's what I'm saying.
don't
It's
know.
like the record labels do.
I don't
Well,
know.
definitely somebody
That's
at a
what I
label
thought.
made a call.
Yeah, I don't know. But we never found out. All we knew was they came, they
was
saw, they went. You know what I'm
Another
saying?
DJ?
I
There
don't
was
think so.
someplace like, niggas getting money. I don't like
I
that.
like that shit.
But listen, it could have been, but for what we was thinking about, we wasn't thinking about it because, again, we came from different rules, bro. Like, if you say something, that's what it is. So like, if I'm running into these DJs and they like saluting me, I'm not going to second guess anybody saying, them niggas getting too much money, let's push them off the block or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
See, I wouldn't
Just not that mode.
suspect a DJ of doing it because if I'm a DJ, I'm looking at them like a blueprint to the payday. If I do it, if I use this system, there's a way to do it. If I call the feds on and you shut down the whole thing, now nobody can go in that room anymore. 'Cause
Yeah, but
they wall
there's
off the door.
DJs that be hating. They just think with their emotions instead of their
That's
intellect.
that's
Instead of
possible.
looking at the blueprint, jacking it, and moving with it.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. And it could be somebody short-sighted like that, just hating, making
It
a
don't
call.
even be any of that.
Yeah,
In the
'cause-
South.
Because analyzing, this happened shortly after y'all had some issues with other DJs, right?
I never had an issue with no other DJs. Maybe, let me see, did Drama have issue? I don't think so. I don't remember. If you bring something up, I can answer it, but I never had a problem nowhere.
That's why I think it's a label.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
never
I
had
think
a
problem.
Yeah,
That's why I think
if you got some underlying things, you know, I never.
Who Drama say he had drama with?
I remember him squashing beef, not necessarily having his own beef. I remember him trying to squash the beef between Jeezy and Gucci and T.I. I remember him.
All right, so y'all, all right.
Yeah,
Y'all was with Jeezy.
Yeah.
Y'all had a falling out.
Mm-hmm.
You started working with Gucci.
So that's funny. When the raid happened, me and Drum separated. So we wasn't
Intentionally?
We wasn't fucking with each other. We didn't know what was going on because we probably was looking at each other like, bro, what are you on? Like, why the fuck? We just ain't fuck with each other. I got out, and some people can look at it in a frantic mode. I went into like survivor mode. He came out and did a song called Feds Is Watching. He came out like, I took the fall of hip hop. He went straight to the radio station from the jail.
Right.
And was going crazy. I was like, oh shit, it's hot. I'm about to lose everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and they was like, no, he bitching. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he bitching. I'm like, nah, I'm not bitching. I'm strategic.
Right.
I'm just, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when I start seeing little moves, I was like, I'm going to fall back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he peeped the fall back. I think we had some arguments. He was rolling with some people that I wasn't really getting down with like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look, I'm going to step. I did Dr. Dre. I was like, I'm going to step, do my own shit. You know, I know what I'm doing.
Was that your mom telling you don't play with the court system?
Nah, she was just, I mean, my mom was just trying to figure out what it means because the whole time I thought we was doing good. I thought we was doing good for the culture.
Right.
I didn't think nobody would go against us breaking artists for them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of the hosting fees and stuff that we had gotten was like, it was like us, it was a payback for us helping the culture. Mm-hmm. Anybody we helped, it was for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my honest opinion. Like we was having fun, bro. We had so much fun that we didn't have time to think about anything that could have possibly happened in that realm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Nothing.
so when we fell out, I think that Drum had gotten some altercations with Jeezy, but I was rocking with Jeezy. Me and Jeezy just always been cool. Mm-hmm. And I think that when that shit got out of hand with them two, Drum called me. We wasn't talking. He called me like, yo, we got to put an end to this shit. Shit whack. It's getting ugly. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And that's when we started talking, I think, like 4 or 5 years after we had fell out.
Damn.
He reached out and was like, yo, we should go get something to eat and, you know, figure it out. And when we went to Jersey Mike's and we sat down and had some sandwiches. By the time we got to talking, it was nothing to argue about because we ain't had nothing, no animosity.
That's my
about
question. Like,
Right.
it didn't seem like beef.
Yeah, we didn't have no issue, but bro, y'all don't know the half. Like, I don't even know if he told you, like, and I'm gonna be completely real because nobody know the story. When Jeezy did Trap or Die 2, I was dissing him the whole tape. I was coming at him every bar I was talking about. You know what I mean?
He's coming in drama?
Coming at his neck. And then I heard him, but it was an underlying beef that nobody knew.
Right.
So you think about him on the Gucci tapes or him in the Fab tapes, he was talking shit. And it's funny because I was looking at something you said about snakes on a plane. You never thought you'd be Samuel L. Jackson, right?
Right.
Drum said that on Fab tape, the joint with the shovel. He was like, yeah, I never thought I'd see snakes on a plane, right? And I come at that nigga said, niggas talk about horses. I fell off the Porsche. You know what I'm saying? So it was shit. We was just going back. You know, at the time, Drum had bought this big ass castle and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what he was doing, but my youngins was over his crib. Was like, yeah, I just went over that shit. He ain't had no furniture. I was like, oh, word? He got no furniture, that big aast crib? Watch this. I got on the tape. You ain't gonna be living in that big ass house for long. Yeah, we was just going at it,
But nobody knew.
Nobody knew. We was just on some shit, and we never told the story. We was just going crazy. So I'm gonna bring this all the way full circle in a second.
Right.
So we constantly, every tape, I'm saying some shit, he's saying some shit. I'm saying some shit, he's saying shit to niggas that fuck with me.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? He just dissing. I'm like, oh shit, it's getting crazy, right? So the the reason I'm bringing that up because when we finally sat down, we really had no issue.
Because y'all said everything.
And he was like, yo, and the shit was, we were saying some shit, I was repeating, I was like, yeah, nigga, you said you had snakes on the plane, nigga, that shit fucked me up. He's like, yeah, we talk about my house, man, that fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a true story. Like we went through this whole shit, but I'm bringing it full circle because I felt like the raid had something to do with us. We were popping crazy, and I felt like our heads got big, and we was just doing weird shit to each other. Right. You know what I mean? We was just acting. It was evil, bro. Yeah. And I felt like that came through and slowed everything down to a point it was like, oh shit. And I felt like God was like, bro, I didn't put y'all in this position for y'all to be beefing. I don't give a fuck what it is. Like, stop all that. Yeah, and I felt like that's what I had an understanding what it was all about. It was like, oh shit, it was about us not building the empire like he wanted us to. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it got shaky, and that's where it was like we was beefing. It came to an end later on. You know, we still laugh about the shit. We just don't, we tell shit in private because people be like, you know what I mean? But this is something like, I speak my mind, so I'm like, man, I want to tell people, but people don't know we was dissing each other.
What do you think was the shit that hit that he said, and you was like, whoa, low blow?
Snakes on a plane. You know what I mean? Because and you know, as a business, and I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more. As a business, and you have business partners in your friendship, they always say friendship and business don't work, but ours been working. You know what I mean? So when I say things like, when you say things like snakes on a plane, I was irritable because I was like, bro, like nigga, I live and die for you. That's what I was doing. Like, I had your back forever. Like we should never question that. So that was kind of like, you know what I mean? That was like, okay, I'm a snake on a plane. And it felt like he really ain't want to say it because he really ain't believe it. I think the niggas was around him like, yeah, get that nigga, he's a snake. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you, it was crazy. I was living good. I was having fun and shit. I seen these niggas at the Pie Bar in Atlanta. So I'm by myself. I always just by myself. I keep my cousin with me or something. And he came, they 10 deep. You know what I'm saying? They come in the joint. He looked, I tell him this all the time. When he came in the party, he looked like a zombie. This nigga looked like Tupac. He walking bitch like this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the corner. I'm like, oh, they on. They ain't on nothing. I'm gonna see. We see each other. We in the same damn vicinity. Right. Everybody like, what's up? What's up? It ain't like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, yeah, nigga, get out my way. Like, it was always that. We seen each other a couple times. Even the people that was on his team that wasn't fucking with me, I seen them by myself at like chicken spots and shit. Right. And they hop out the car, they pull up, they'll give you a little nod, but keep it moving. It wasn't, yo, son, it was just keep it moving, but we was in the same spot. So that's the temperature I picked up on that. It was like, oh, it ain't really nothing like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It ain't shit. Did you have to still get those dudes out of his circle, those new faces in the camp? That you think might have caused some friction? I think he started beefing with them internally, and then it became, that's where the call came from. It's like, bro, I don't know how I got away from what we was doing. I need to get that synergy back because the way I'm living right now, I'm not really fucking with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was basically it. Like, you know, we had some mutual friends that would go back and forth between us, and you know, one of them being Lake Show is one of our business partners. He would come to my studio, and I'll be over there dissing the shit out of Drum and be like, yo, listen, we ain't gonna do all that, right? And then he would go to Drum's side, and Drum would be like, man, that motherfucker then. He'd be like, yo, we ain't doing that. So he was like one of the saving spots too, just always saying like, yo, we ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna let y'all. And he was on both sides. He was getting money with me, he was getting money with him, and he was like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. And I remember that for the rest of my life because I feel like that's one of the points that was just like, okay. That's a real home. Yeah, he did that. That's a real home. Salute. They don't always do it like that. Some people look at those as opportunities to play one side off of the other. Yeah. A lot of people do that. Yeah. Put their hand and stir shit up. Yeah, stir shit up. Yeah. So, you know, with that being said, we built what we came to. Like when we sat down and talked, I had moved to LA. I took a job with Def Jam, and I was the vice president, A&R. And what year was that? This was like 2012. I remember that. And
I remember.
That's when I had to lift up the hood and try to figure out what the hell the labels be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I went, No ID, that's another one that's like one of my favorites.
yes.
That's like one of my closest guys. He was the one who brought me in. He was like, yo, we're going to run the regime, try to figure out how to break these artists inside the building. You know what I mean? So when we was doing it, I was in Cali and Drum had hit me like, yo, when you get back to Atlanta, I want to show you something. I'm like, all right, cool. I slide back to Atlanta. He showed me Mean Streets, where was the studio that he built. And he had a couple of rooms. And I went in there and I was like, oh, shit. You got the radio room. You got this room over here. The feng shui was there, but he had equipment. Because at the time, they called me the wizard through the whole career because I knew the right speakers
All
to
the
get.
stuff, right.
I knew all the technical shit. So when I came in, I was like, oh, I'm checking this shit out. I'm like, oh, you know I can make all this shit. Fine, we can do this. He was like, come on, man, let's do it. And that's how we started getting back in the flow. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I tried to. I'm laughing because I tried to get a job
At Main Street?
at Def Jam.
Oh, at Def Jam. Oh,
At Def Jam. When you were over there,
yeah. Wow.
2012.
Kenny shot you down.
Oh no, I never got to meet him.
Yeah.
I never got to meet him. They told me he was in Cali. He was the guy I had to talk to. I was so stuck out here working. By the time I got to Cali, I didn't even think to set up anything. I never got to sit down with you at all. But I was like this close. I was like 2 people away from, because you got to call somebody to call. I was this close. I had just left the Source maybe like a year before. 2000, into 2010, I just left the Source.
Yeah, that's wild.
And A&R for Def Jam would have been like the dream job. But the guy who was in charge was in fucking California.
You know what's funny? I didn't even want that job. I just did it because I know
Ain't
New
that a
ID
bitch?
had my back. And I'm gonna tell you why.
bitch?
When I was working so closely with rappers, when you went to the building, you was the suit. So you turned to the other side. So everybody don't want to fuck with you no more. Like people would just be like, yo, I know you, but why you got the suit on? You know what I'm saying? When the suit came off, yo, welcome back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where I was like, in those years, like I enjoyed learning and I enjoyed what I was doing, but it was some of the roughest patches I went through with artists. Like they never wanted to not fuck with me, but it was just like, bro, you on their side now, so I don't get those same
What was the biggest
secrets.
eye opener?
Working with Jeezy, because we worked our whole career, but he was at Def Jam, and I almost felt like he couldn't give me the information that he normally would because of my job, and I was playing that close. So he would play me records, and I'm like, oh, these crazy, but then he'll come in the building and play a whole nother set because I felt like he was trying to figure it out. He was just trying to figure out the right thing
Whose side
to
are
do.
you on, really?
Yeah, and and he was like, "You my man, 50 grand." But I felt like it still was something there. I was like, "Damn, it's the suit, bro. It's the suit."
Because
I
he's
felt like it was
respecting
wild.
your job. At the end of the day, he doesn't want to put you in a wild position.
So what was the difference between the records?
I don't, and this ain't. I'm just giving you an example. This ain't the only thing. I just was feeling it, so I'm just speaking on it. I just felt like he'll play certain records, but then he wouldn't give me permission to like really move like I wanted to move with the records because again, I'm on that side now. So my intellect is different. My intel is different. You know what I mean?
But what was the danger in that? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Being close to people in there, trying to get us to finish albums, trying to get what I'm saying, get people excited in the building about music, because artists will pop up when they want to, do what they want to, drop when they want to. You know what I mean? Ain't no such thing as the schedule. They be when I want to drop. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like the building was looking at me like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, man, I ain't got no answers. You know what I'm saying? But then I get a couple records. I'm like, look, y'all happy? Look, I got this moving, da-da-da-da. And then it'd be the whole new album on the other side where he'd be going straight to the label, but he had his business. You know what I mean? So I feel like it was a lot of that going on. And again, it's not malicious. I felt where he was coming from. I was a suit. And, for the life of hip hop, we just, to play the electric guitar, on the mountain, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like it was
You
different.
became that guy?
Nah, but
never.
that's how we carry the culture like that. We look at it like that. When somebody's in the building, they be like, what's your angle? You know what I mean? What you doing? It's not the same as me. I can't run around with the artist like I used to without the suit on. You know what I mean?
I think it's because your opinion at that point meant no.
Yeah, it was
You know
political.
what I mean?
It was a political answer every
Yeah,
time.
like before, Kenan ain't really feeling that record. That's cool.
Yeah.
But now it's like Kenan ain't feeling the record.
Right.
God damn. So what we gonna do?
Yeah,
We gotta
now
go
we gotta
make
go-
another
no,
one.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right. Yeah. So that's where it was coming from me. I was like, oh, okay. It's the suit. Because as soon as I popped out of that joint, it was like everybody was like, yo, we was waiting for you to get that off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So
Wow.
So what's better, major or independent?
I like both of them. I'm gonna be honest. Like I've heard the horror stories about people getting a deal. It's always been a dream of us since the '80s to get a deal, bro. The early hip hop used to torment people for not having a deal. Everything in their raps was, I got a deal, you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like, man,
You know what I
if
mean?
you really
that
do-
was the end. Like if a nigga say anything they want, you ain't a street nigga, you ain't this, you ain't a dirt. It's like, nigga, you ain't got no deal. It's like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead in the water.
If
So
you're really dope, why ain't you signed yet?
there you
That
go.
was
There you go.
Oh, and Mobb Deep. Niggas want to talk shit. See me when you get a record deal.
See what I'm saying? So that was the big thing then. And I feel like I can't tell people not to get a record deal. I just say get a smart deal. Everybody ain't built for independence. You know what I mean? You got to be a
Right.
real natural
Facts.
hustler to do that.
Right.
The hustling they was doing in Houston, them guys, like they natural hustlers. They know how to do that out the trunk. Some people in New York know how to do it out the trunk. Everywhere, but everybody not a hustler. Everybody can go in that booth and say some great raps, but everybody don't got the hustle. You know, some people can hustle, but not that good on the mic.
Move it. Yeah.
So that's why I said, like, it's either way you want to do it. You know, it's an upside to both. You know, it's a downside to both. Like independent, you spend all your bread on it. People think you making all your bread back. You got to chase your money down. You know what I mean? You're in the building, you got to chase your money down. But you get a bigger light, you might end up on Jimmy Fallon. You know what I'm saying? Independent, you may not. It's in modern day now, you might run into Jimmy Fallon and be on a show just because he fuck with you. But you know, coming up through hip hop, we didn't have that. So you know, we teaching independence as a culture, and teaching people to own their masters and all that. And I respect all that. But some people need to take a step first in some of these buildings and just get a piece. And I'm not saying just sign anything, but just, you know, understand the language, get with somebody, know the language, and kind of learn. You know what I mean?
Should there be, okay, is there a natural order to that? Like, is there okay, you need to go independent first and then get a deal, or
Well, that's how
you
we was
need to
running.
get the deal.
Yeah, that's how we was
once
running
you
it
get
up.
hot, go independent.
That's
Yeah.
what y'all do.
Yeah, that's how you run it up. I mean, again, people was looking at us like, you know, they ain't no real threat until you figure out going, and it's like, oh, okay, we got to be in business with these guys. Or else it's gonna get out of control.
Right.
Because at some point, you know, and where we're at now in music, it's like they're running it up, and it's like I don't need no deal. I own all my shit. I'm sharing it with whoever produced. I'm doing this. I'm doing that, and I'm going straight to DSPs. Before you had to go talk to Rock and Soul, like, yo, listen, I'm an artist. I need to sell my joint in the fucking store, and I got to do all this. Now it's not that. It's like you press one button for free. You up on every platform in the world. So you getting a different. And if you don't have that, you're on IG and going to the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like in those spaces, you've gotten smarter, but at the same time, again, everybody not built to be independent. You know what I mean?
And that's not a bad thing.
No, it's
That's not a bad
Not
thing.
at all.
You
Not at
talk
all.
about not being a hustler, like that's salt
Yeah.
on you. It's
Yeah.
not a bad thing. Some people are just really, really creative.
Yeah.
And going out there and
And
doing
just
all
about
that.
their art.
Yeah, and doing all the marketing and all that other stuff, that's not them. I've seen people fuck their careers up because they want to wear so many hats.
Yeah.
And that's not a hat you want to be the manager, you want to be the producer, you want to shoot the video. Meanwhile,
not to cut you off, what I will speak on you is the bad math and the bad English in them contracts.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I'll speak on that. And them contracts need to be one page. All these,
I agree.
where is, art thou, all that shit,
I
that got to
agree.
be dispelled because it's a whole bunch of bad
I
English.
tell businesses that
You know what I mean?
if it's more than 4 pages, don't even send it.
Facts.
It's too late for that.
Yeah, you get a record deal's 38 pages.
It's too late for that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's too late. It's too late to go backwards. It'll never be one page.
Yeah, there you go.
You know why? Because somebody always makes a better mousetrap.
There you go.
The guy who had a 1-page contract got jerked by the dude who figured out a way around it.
There
So
you go.
somebody had to come up with language to beat that. And then the artist came back and jerked him there.
There you go.
Somebody had to come back and beat, like, it's too far gone now. You need it because nobody comes in with the best intentions. Nobody's the villain in their story, and everybody is looking to get one up on somebody else. It's very rarely where it's like, listen, if you go 50, I'll go 50.
That's a
And
fact.
if you go 100, I'll go 100. And let's meet at the top and let's be happy for each other's success. That rarely happens. So now I got a contract that says I'm going to go 50. And this dude comes back with language that says I'm going to go 50, but I'm going to do it in twice the time. Like, you know, it's going to take me 3 years instead of your 1. So I'm going to stretch my shit out. You're going to be paying off. Everybody, there's always somebody looking for an advantage.
That's a fact.
So the contracts can't be 1 page anymore because we're too far gone.
Right. Have you ever seen a situation that was completely fair and you were like, oh, this is
In or out the building?
beautiful?
In or out the building?
Either one.
In the building, I haven't seen nothing completely fair. I think that our contracts we do are completely fair, and I think that we get the face smack for it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, some of the stuff we went through, our artists and people saying we steal money and all that. I think it's like a smack in the face because, bro, we did everything to make you the best artist in the world, and it's like we stealing now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I'm not
see?
saying everybody in that space is not stealing or people don't have fair contracts. I'm just speaking for what we do. Like
Right.
I stand on I hate bad math and bad English, and I say that because all that stuff I look at, it's like all these numbers is weird, bro. It's all weird stuff. So honestly, I've seen some 50-50 contracts that was good. I've seen some people get the upper hand, but again, it's a space where we trying to collect money. We don't know where it's coming from. You got biggest sales in Australia and all that. You tracking all this stuff down, and the numbers is different. Like my main thing is like, we looking at Spotify and I got 1 billion streams, but it's 0.001245 of a penny on a stream.
Right.
Who's making the numbers?
Yeah.
The Guru
created
talked
that?
about that.
Yeah, who's making the
created
numbers?
that? Yeah.
Who is you to pop up tomorrow and send us an email like, yo, the rates changed and now you're getting this for a stream? It's like, where's that coming from? And
Right.
why we don't know? Why we don't know what we're making?
No, there's an answer. People know. Guru explained it. It makes sense. It just really takes some sitting down and figuring out. You have to understand that it's a fluid scale.
Facts.
And as far as contracts are concerned, again, that's another fluid scale. You guys do fair business and got accused of stealing.
That's right.
See how fast that happened? 2 seconds ago, a contract with 1 page was a good look
Yep.
until somebody accuses you of stealing. Now there's no language in that contract that protects you from the person who said you were stealing.
Yeah.
But if the language was there that said no, because right here says where we can't steal from you. So
So why
the
don't
fuck
you
are
just add
talking
in the
about?
contract, yo, you can't come out publicly and say we steal. Why not do that?
Because then you look guilty.
Two people that's genius in paperwork and knowing this game. One of them is Salam Remy. Shoot,
salute.
when you go speak to that man, like, I don't know if y'all gonna have him, but you speak to that man, he's one of the smartest dudes across the board. You know, he does things independently. He put out sample libraries. He has licensing and all that. Like, dude is smart as shit. You know, a
Shout
lot
out
of
to
these people,
Salam.
yeah, shout out to Salam for that. And then, you know, again, No ID. Like, them two dudes is smart as hell. I don't know if y'all know about Traxter, legendary dude. He used to do all the, you know, stuff in Chicago.
Twisted shit.
He's another guy that's smart as shit, bro. These guys are smart.
Shout out to Traxter. That Adrenaline Rush album was a classic.
Shot the Traxter, bro.
Salute.
Like, I got a chance to meet him through No ID and through the business we've done with like music and stuff. Like, I just always hear his name as somebody that investigates and learns every little thing. So anything he say, I just want to sit back and hear what he got to say.
Right.
You know
What did you learn from him?
Bad math and bad English. That ain't something I made up. You
Right.
know what I mean? That was something like where we sitting in the round table and we just all talking about, yo, we gonna keep dealing with bad math? Or how we gonna, you know, get our money? You know? But he was real technical, and you know, I just hear
When you say bad math, you talking about the streaming service?
numbers, money, what we actually making. You know what I
Right.
mean? Why they giving you $1 million all of a sudden? Why you only giving me 300,000? Every time I recruit, why you gonna try to throw more money at me? Like, what am I really supposed to be getting? What can I really make based on my pipeline? I don't even know what my pipeline is worth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because,
Because it's like behind the curtain. Like,
yeah, Snoop said he never seen a publishing check. Is it because they took us publishing, or is we really don't know how to calculate publishing and where's it coming from and how do we receive it?
Or did
There's
he
a lot
sign
of
it
stuff.
over?
It's a lot of stuff that's going on. So,
Ain't that what lawyers are for?
yeah. But I mean, lawyers are playing the game too.
If you can afford one.
Yeah.
And whose lawyer is
Lawyers
it?
playing the game.
Too
You know
many
what I'm
people
saying?
use the wrong person's attorney.
Yeah, some great lawyers out there, but again, they dealing with the bad math, and they work for you. Like we can't tell a lawyer. I mean, the lawyer can't tell us what to do. They work for us. So if I want that deal bad enough, he gonna figure out how to get it as best as he can for me to not to get robbed to get in that position.
but at the same time, if he's getting a percentage of that situation, he might just encourage you into it so he can get paid.
Yeah, that's true.
But the way I be looking at it too is like we had mad examples of artists' deals going wrong, right? They get jerked, whatever the case may be. They may not have the bread to get their own lawyer to read over their contracts and stuff like that. But then the labels on their side continue to take advantage
Yeah,
for the most part. And then when you have these distribution services that are out, the Spotify's, the Audio Max, all these different distros that's saying, yo, I'll give you 80%
yep.
of your profit, and I'm just gonna take 20.
So that's what I'm talking about with the bad math. Like, well, I can't get 100. You know what I'm saying? But they want to make.
True, but
money,
in contrast to a
yeah.
regular label deal,
Yeah.
you understand?
Yeah.
I would rather go to a distro and say I'm gonna upload my own music, I'm gonna save my pennies. and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
put my own shit out.
now you have to compete with people who have budgets that dwarf your whole shit.
Right.
You fine.
Yep.
Go put out your shit as much as you want. No problem. And it's the equivalent of selling out of the trunk in front of juniors on Flatbush Avenue while you're underneath a billboard
I don't
of a
agree with
dude
that.
who's got their
I
own
don't
shit.
agree with that. You know why? Because you got TikTok, you got Instagram, you
There's
got all these
millions.
things that labels
Oh, God.
labels are looking at that
Playboy.
as a leverage to make a deal.
But that don't equate to nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They-
they don't
the,
click them.
the labels have that on Smash
Yeah.
too. They have the money to go do that too. They have the money to go trick the algorithm too. And that kind of money is a write-off for them.
Right.
And they there's no place you can go play where they can't pull up
Yeah, I'm in a
with a bigger
conspiracy
bag.
moment where I feel like we don't control the algorithm like they say we do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where I've been. Like when I search for artists, I don't touch nothing that's got something to do with some analytics or algorithm because I'm gonna find a kid out here. He
That's
talking
how I found
about
mine.
he talking about the Summers kid. Like I ain't trying to go on TikTok and hear his music. He gonna play it for you. Like I'm trying to get
Get
the
to the
diamonds.
streets.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right,
I'm not
right,
trying
right.
to.
So all
get
that
that-
stuff could be manipulated.
I might get that A&R job afterwards.
And the cap is so heavy. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody sent me, like, yo, you need to get this artist on your platform. I'm like, woo. Click.
Yeah.
Oh, million followers. Okay. Let me see the video. Click.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this shit got 6,000 comments? Really? Clicked on the comments, scroll.
You pay for those.
Scroll. After a while, it came to one comment that was posted thousands of times.
That's crazy.
And I was like, damn.
You've been rat fished.
If I didn't just
rat fish.
if I didn't keep scrolling, I would have thought this person
Was
was
lit.
fire.
They do that on the gram too.
And I'm showing my girl, I'm like, look at this baby. This shit crazy right here.
Yeah.
One comment, like 2,000 times.
Yeah. I didn't
was
have to
like-
learn my lesson either. You'll go to these shows like Rolling Loud and all that, and this dude's popping on the gram, and then you see the crowd and nobody's moving, or he don't have the crowd, or he wants to go on tour and he getting a 1,000-room venue and he sold 10 tickets,
Yeah.
and then he canceled the tour. So I know what that's all about. So I'm like, oh, I'm not buying into none of that. Like I can't go for the 40 million on TikTok and all that. Like unless it's a superstar is moving, that's where it get a little tricky because it's like, oh, we watching the analytics of the artist doing something and they're just copying it because he's the star instead of new people coming up. I just can't. It's too easy, bro.
Yeah.
Anybody can get on the TikTok and get busy.
How do you
know
feel about streaming farms?
It's cheating. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's cheating.
code.
Perfect word.
But you can never really tell where it's coming from or who's working for you. Period. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because somebody, again, like you can go on the gram and post a picture, right, of us together. He can go and get one of the websites and put 10,000 likes on there and turn his back. You never know. You know what I mean? So we don't know never where it's coming from. I can be like, yeah, I got 1 billion streams. We don't know where it's coming from. We don't know if
Right.
a person just randomly wanted to be like, put out a joint.
200 phones in the basement.
Yeah, it's like,
all day.
who hired them? Why they
It's like-
doing it? Oh, how I get that? We all used to get hyped like, oh, our views is going up, but you naturally know it from the content and the people that you're running into and you see.
Right, your
That's the
popularity.
only way we can really find out what's going on when people in the streets.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I noticed that's what you did because once he mentioned Shy Summers, you asked your man.
Yep,
He from VA. Yo, you heard of this person?
that's right.
So that keeping your ear to the street, that's the organic way.
The artists be
that's
the
the only
last
way.
people to know, unfortunately.
Yes.
The artist will be the last person to know. You can be in the building, really think you're doing your numbers. Somebody in the building hired the farm. You didn't know. It's a little note in your budget, little $10,000 note in your budget.
Yo, there's a nigga with a ski mask coming at the back door, collecting an envelope.
Yeah.
You ain't going back into the basement.
Was there more money involved when there was actual physical CDs, or is there more money now with the streaming?
That's more money with the streaming.
Is
Facts.
there more control? Was there more control with because if all right, so if you do a stream
Yep.
and say I don't know how it would go, what a CD go for now $15 or something.
Depending on where it's
So
$10,
with a
$7.
stream, you would get the majority of that because, like with a CD, when we were in the game, I understand from when y'all were making CDs, you probably made 90% of the profit.
Yeah, so you speaking from a streaming side, making money, like on a label side or independent?
All right, independent, because now
Okay.
that the physical CDs have been taken away,
Yeah.
you have no more control. Like you could be your own record label back then when you had the physical CDs,
Yeah.
because all you had to do was get an artist, and if you wanted to sell 50,000, you had to get 50,000 CDs. You know what I'm saying? You want to go
So
gold.
the production line,
Yeah.
to answer the question, and not to cut you off,
No.
the production line is different. And what I mean by that is it costs $5 to make a CD, right? You sell it for $10, $15.
10 cents.
And you gotta add, everybody get paid from it. With the streaming now, I'm seeing people get money like Mozzie, Money Man, all these guys is independent, Dolph, rest in peace. They was getting huge amount of money just off streams because it was indie. The money scale is different. You're not paying.
You got to get it from them. They send you a check, like, or something.
Yeah, so you're not really paying for a lot. It's no real, besides giving him
No
his
overhead.
publishing. Yeah, the overhead on the
Yeah.
production line is different.
Right.
Like it costs all that stuff. You got to get covers. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, hey, some of these kids just put a picture off their gram on their joint and they be popping. You know what I'm saying? For the cover. So like the production line, like the money's different than when you had to go through all the stuff you had to promote and all that. Now you just sit it up there and then you'll wake up one day and the kids knight you. You the new rapper. Now your streams through the roof. You know, Aiden Ralston came on there and said you were this hottest kid out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Next thing you know, everybody's calling you and you're doing every podcast in the world and then you just got hot. That's just how the shit happens now. Kids wake up and night whoever they want and they good night whoever they want. They'll be like, yo, he ain't it no more. He's it. You know what I mean? So that's just how that's how it is now. But you're making money. You're thinking about how many. Just think about in our color. How many black people got diamond records right now? You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. We wasn't seeing that shit back then like that. A diamond plaque.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Small
bro.
percentage of
It's
artists.
crazy. And multiple. Like Cardi B
Outkast.
got multiple diamond plaques.
Right.
That's crazy.
But did it mean more back then?
I don't think so. I think a diamond plaque's a diamond plaque.
No,
Yeah, I think-
I
But it's
disagree.
due to streaming now.
Nah, I think
Yeah,
I think it is.
How many streams does it take to go diamond now?
That's tough because again, we in
Like
bad
100 billion?
we in
Sliding scale.
bad math.
Yeah, sliding scale.
Right. You don't
know
know
what
what it is. What equates to what, right?
That's why
Yeah.
that's why I disagree. Outkast went diamond. That means all those people went and brought that
But not
shit.
necessarily. They might have shipped Diamond and just
No,
that's
no.
Diamond.
Even if
shipped
they
Diamond.
shipped it, that still means those joint. The need was out there to ship that many, which is why I think it's different from a click.
But a
I
group
think
that
a
you,
physical is different from a
a
click.
group that you're not familiar with, you hear went Diamond, you're probably gonna go investigate and see why they Diamond. So that's gonna add to the sales.
But again, that's a click. That's a click. I can literally go on YouTube, click the one song, but oh, I know that song, and then never go back to it. As opposed to having the physical thing in my hand. As collectors, it's
I'm
coming
willing,
from.
I'm willing to argue that and challenge that only because if we going by the actual outcome of what's happening, Outkast sold Diamond, they had 60,000 people in the crowd. This kid's going Diamond and having 60,000 people in the crowd. He making the same amount of money. They're making the same amount of money or more. So I'm willing to say that Diamond back then meant something from an honor standpoint more than it meant equation because you got, again, Coachella got 100,000 people there. If Uzi Vert is doing that and he got the whole people moving, or when you saw DMX did Woodstock and they went crazy, it was what it was. I'm happy to see LL Cool J, I'm Bad, or like we talked about Shook Ones or whatever, go Diamond because it was like, hey, we never got that chance if streaming wasn't here.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's quick in the same way. Like you're gonna see the same amount of people if they do a festival right here on 125th and they left the street open and it's 100,000 people out there in comparison to now.
So,
It's just
so
the
the
same
streaming
thing.
extended the shelf life.
I think so.
But didn't we just get finished talking about a dude who's at Coachella, who doesn't move the crowd, but he got millions and millions of likes?
I'm just
millions
talking
and
about the people that's
millions
really
of
selling Diamond. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Let's talk about
Right.
let's talk about the people
Not the
that's
other
really
guy.
selling records. Like the headliner and the paid is because they're looking at, yo, if he's that headliner, we selling out our concert. You see Playboy Cardi at the headline,
Facts.
done.
Sold
done.
out.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
see Drake up there, done.
Right.
You see, you know what I mean? It's just people that you see at them headlines. It's like, oh, we're paying them the best money because it is what it is. And they went diamond, you know, most of
But
them.
these are people who I think would have also, just the names you're mentioning, are people who I think would have excelled in that other time period.
That's a
In
fact.
the time period of CDs.
That's a fact.
Which is why again, CDs for me
That's a
equal
fact.
more of a commitment from the buyer than just clicking on something and then it's not tangible.
Yeah.
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
You
That's
don't
true.
own it. You don't have it.
That's true.
If I go to any
You don't have to wait in the cold for it.
I agree.
producer, any dude who's a vinyl digger, like goes after the vinyl, I say I can get you the exact same record, but it's digital.
Yep.
You'll never be able to physically touch it. You'll never be able to physically do anything with it. And I'm gonna take the real one you got, and this one will last forever.
Right.
They're gonna tell me that,
I'm gonna side with you on that. Physical definitely is better.
and that's where I get it.
Remember what Drez was talking about as far as the lawsuit? Right? So I don't know if you're familiar with this, but there's a class action lawsuit, right? That Drez from Black Sheep is spearheading. Right? So what happens is artists pre-streaming, right? There was a clause, right? He said inside of their contracts that stated any unforeseen occurrences, right? As far as the music is concerned, the artist that signed whatever said contract with the label is supposed to get 50% of their sales.
Right.
So Drez's argument with this lawsuit is, how is it that we not getting 50% of our streams? How is it that you selling my shit for
On
0.1
streaming
cent
platforms.
On streaming platforms, who's in charge of this? So essentially they're suing the major labels.
Yeah, streams
That's
didn't
how it
exist when they signed their contract. So now that streaming is a new thing, there was no renegotiation.
Right.
Yeah.
So Drez's thing is you're licensing my shit to a place that we never talked about.
Where
we never
when they were
discussed
selling
anything.
physical copies,
Yeah.
they was getting that bread.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with that.
You understand
For
what I'm
sure.
saying?
I definitely agree. Again, that's bad math. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like
I don't know if I like that term.
bad mathematics. I'm gonna go there.
It doesn't make it any better.
There's somebody in Wu-Tang mad now. It's time to mathematics.
Take the break or
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.